Hey everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you are new. Today, TBR Pockets is going to help me choose my July TBR. I'm sorry for the construction noise. Somebody's like drilling away, but we're just gonna go on with it. Before we get into the July TBR, we're gonna go through how I did in June. Spoiler alert, I did not do well. But yeah, so our first prompt for June was Bodyguard, and for this I read Broken Vow. I did change some of the books that I picked in the June TBR. I am allowed to change the books as long as they fit the prompt. So I read Broken Vow. I really liked it. This is, I think, book 5 in the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. It's a mafia romance. The heroine is part of a mafia family and someone's trying to kill her. So the hero is actually a friend of a friend, and he comes in to, guard her. And it's really fun. It's like Grumpy Sunshine, where the heroine is the grumpy one and the hero is the sunshine. And it was just really cute. I really liked this. The second prompt was Buzzword. And for this, I had to pick a book with a name and a name or title. So basically, I had to choose, the prompt for the Buzzword-a-thon for June. And I read To Sir Philip with Love. Actually, no, I didn't read this. Actually, I failed on this prompt. But I chose To Sir Philip with Love for this prompt. And I didn't read it because I just wasn't in the mood for historicals this month. I just wanted to read all of the mafia. I just was not in the mood for historicals. I could not get into this. I tried reading. I think I read around 50 pages or something, and I just couldn't get into it. But maybe when I'm in a historical mood, I'll be able to pick this up later. So that's a fail. The next prompt is Abandoned Author, and for this, I picked Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. This was really cute. I actually did read this one, and this is about a girl who works at this retirement villa and retirement place, and she has a really bad first impression with the owner's son, and the owner's son thinks she's an old lady or something. It's so funny, and and I just really like this. So yeah, that's a win. The fourth prompt was Wrong Side of the Law, and for this I picked, you guessed it, a mafia romance, and it was Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. So I was just going through the series, and I just wanted to put Savage Lover up here. This is actually one of my favorite books in the entire series. I know that this isn't really a crowd favorite. Everybody either really likes Stolen Heir or Broken Vow. That's the crowd favorites of this series, but I really liked this book. It had a lot of Fast and Furious vibes. It was racing. The hero is part of the mafia, and the heroine is a mechanic, and they kind of meet. They knew each other in school, but they didn't really talk to each other. The heroine gets into trouble because of her little brother, and the hero kind of gets involved. And I don't want to give away too much because things kind of escalate really quickly in this book. So I really do recommend this series though. It is a really, really good mafia romance series. The next prompt was time travel, and for this I picked The Surviving Trace by Kalia Reed. I actually did read this book. I read this on audio, and I actually really liked it. And this was so weird because at this point I really wasn't in the mood for historical romances, as I was saying, but I was just trying to read all of the books that were on my TBR, but of course I failed. But I actually really did like this book. This is a time traveling romance. the heroine finds a photo of the hero, and she's kind of like, and she kind of becomes like obsessed with this photo, like, oh, who's this guy? Who are these people? The hero is actually a historian, not a historian. She's like an antique dealer in the modern times, so she really likes, you know, antiques and old stuff and stuff. So she kind of becomes obsessed with this photo. She ends up time traveling back to 1912 South Carolina, and there she meets the hero. But back in their time, there's actually like a doppelganger situation. So there's like a person in that time who looks just like her and has her same name, and she's married to the hero. And the hero and his then wife have a really, really bad relationship. So the hero hates her. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like, what am I doing in this time? I need to go back. And it was just really, really good. It was a very pleasant surprise. I didn't know whether I'd like this or not, but I ended up really liking it. Okay, the next prompt was abandoned series, and for this, like an idiot, I picked Chain of Gold. I did not finish this. Even though I only had this much like this much left to finish, but I didn't finish it because, again, wasn't in the mood for historical, wasn't in the mood for fantasy. Help. There's that. Then we have favorite author, and for this I picked Again the Magic by Lisa Kleypas, because I really do like Lisa Kleypas. But I also did not get to this book. I tried starting it, wasn't in the mood. I keep repeating the same thing again. Like, I wanted to read mafia romances in June, okay? Nothing else was sticking. So there's that. The next prompt was a new series, and for this I picked When Heroes Fall. I absolutely love this book. This was actually my favorite book of this month, I think. This is also a mafia romance. Are we surprised? No, we are not. But this was another grumpy sunshine where the heroine is the grump and the hero is the sunshine. And he is actually on trial for murder. He actually didn't do it, but he's on trial for murder. She's his lawyer, and they have a romance. And it's a lot more than that, but we don't have time. Like, I don't want this video to be too long. The last prompt, we had a lot of books in June, but the last prompt was abandoned audio, and for this I kept Survival and Death by J.D. Robb. I did not get to this one. I thought I would be able to handle it. I thought I was in a better headspace to handle it, but this book is actually very, very dark, especially compared to like her other books in the series. This has to do with like a murder of an entire family, mom, dad, kids, and it's just so heartbreaking. And I don't know, I just wasn't in the headspace. I still am not in the headspace to read this book, so I didn't read this. So yeah, that was my June stats or whatever. Obviously I didn't complete my TBR, therefore we have to take a punishment. Yay. Let's just see what my punishment is for July. Wait. Okay. Okay, so it's over 500 pages. Okay, so I think I know what I want to read for this. I'm gonna read No One Left to Tell by Karen Rose. This is actually a romantic suspense. It is a big boy. Holy crap. I think it's like 600 something pages. Yeah, it's like 648 pages. Oh my god, like somebody circled it. What the hell? Okay, so basically what this is about is that there is this man, Raymond Munoz, who is wrongfully convicted into jail, and he's been there for about 5 years. He's not the hero, but like we'll get into that. So then we have our heroine, who is Paige Holden. She is a private investigator. She's trying to investigate this case and see who actually committed the murder this guy was wrongfully convicted of, and she's trying to figure out who did it. There's a lot of conspiracy in this book, and she kind of teams up with the DA of the case, and the DA's name is Grayson. I actually was really excited for this book because I really wanted Grayson's book. He was kind of like described as this, you know, lovable workaholic type of person. So I was really excited to read his book. So basically Paige, who was a private investigator, and Grayson, the DA, kind of like team up, and they try to figure out who actually killed this person and who framed Raymond Munoz. So that is my punishment book. Now we'll get into the actual draws. We do a little shuffle. Shuffle. So the first card for the July TBR is 1. Animal on the cover. Okay, that's fun. I think I have, and it has to be contemporary. So each color denotes a different type of genre. So animal on the cover, and it has to be contemporary. I think I know the perfect book for this. I just bought it, and it is Crazy Stupid Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. This is the 3rd book in the Bromance book club series, and I solely bought this book because of the cat on the cover, and it makes me so happy because my cat Ellie actually looks just like this cat. Look at that. Look at Ellie. Ellie. Like, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Oh no. But yeah, don't they look so alike? She's also like a calico, fluffy cat. I'll put up her picture. She's so cute. And so that's one of the whole reasons why I bought this book in the first place. And also because I really did like the Bromance Book Club. I skipped the second one because I loathed that character in the first book. So I wasn't going to read the second one. But I am excited about this one. I don't know much about it. The girl owns a cat cafe, and the guy is like a hacktivist. But other than that, I don't know much. So yeah, that was the first draw for July. Okay, so we're going to replace that prompt with another prompt, and yeah, we're just going to replace it with this. Okay. Now, the second prompt is a wild card. Okay. I already have 3 wild cards from last month, so I'll just add another one. So I have 4. Oops. So I have 4 wild cards now. Okay. So now I'll choose the second book. Hopefully we get an actual card this time. 1. Did we like just pick a 1? Okay. And it was a 5-word title, and it has to be a fantasy. Okay. I think I know what to pick for this one. And I think I'll pick the second book of the Surviving Trace series. It's The Reigning and The Rule. So, 5-word title, and it is kind of fantastical because it is like, you know, time travel. That's pretty fantastical. So we're gonna go with that for our second book. I have to add a prompt now because whenever I get the same number multiple times in the same game, I have to add a prompt. So we're going to do 6 draws this time. So let's just replace that prompt with this one. The third book is Skip. Oh, so I guess I only have to do 5. Oh well. Now, next book, 4. Okay, 4, and it can be a romance. Doesn't have to be contemporary, historical, fantasy, whatever. I can pick whatever I want. So we'll get into this, which is recent purchase. Okay, this is fun. My most recent purchase is actually Crazy Stupid Romance. But since I already picked that, I'll go to my last recent purchase, which is Good Gone Bad by Gianna Darling. Cover is so pretty. This is a motorcycle club series by Gianna Darling. I don't know how to describe this. Basically, he is a cop, the hero is a cop, and the heroine is a mafia princess. She ends up killing her abusive ex-boyfriend, and instead of calling her dad, who is like the head of this big mafia, not mafia, I'm sorry, he's the head of this big motorcycle club, he can definitely take care of this for her, but she doesn't call him. She ends up calling this cop because they have a lot of history. And the story kind of goes from there. That is the third book for this TBR. Now we're gonna pick the fourth book. 6. Oh, I was waiting for this prompt to come up. So here it is. It's I'm Here to Kill You, but oops, I fell in love. I was waiting for this prompt to come up. I really, really did. I actually got this book prompt from Riley Marie. She made a whole video about recommendations for this. And for this one, I think I'm going to choose Ivan by Sophie Lark. And this one is actually an assassin's romance. The heroine is an assassin and the hero is like, I think he's like the head of the Bratva or something. So another mafia. So he's the head of the Bratva. She is tasked to kill him. He catches her before she kills him. And the story kind of goes from there. I don't really know too much about it. But yeah, that's the kind of gist of it. Okay, now the next prompt is +2. Okay. So I think we have to choose 7 books now. So how many books did we choose? 1, 2, 4. So we chose 4. We have to choose 3 more. Okay. 9. It has to be a fantasy. Ooh. Dark cover. And it has to be a fantasy. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't replace the prompts. 1 second. Let me replace those real quick. Okay. And the 6th one is replaced with this. And the 9th one is replaced with this. Okay, so we have to pick a dark cover. It has to be a fantasy. I think for this, I'm going to go with Dragon Unleashed by Grace Draven. I read the first book, Phoenix Unbound, by this author, and I really, really liked it. And I went ahead and bought the physical copy of the second book. I will buy the physical copy of the first book at some point when I have the money. But I wanted to read this book for a while now. I wasn't in the fantasy mood, but I'm slowly trying to creep back into it because I do miss reading fantasy. But yeah, I do have the audiobook for this too. This is a book about Halani. She is a healer and she's part of like this caravan of people who like travel throughout the country, and the guy is actually a draga. He is a shape-shifting, I think he's a shape-shifting dragon, and he's injured and Halani has to like take care of him. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some sickbed scenes, and that makes me really excited. Okay, because we got +2 cards, we have to pick 2 more cards, and the next book is Red 2. Okay, it is dark romance. For this, I think I'm gonna pick When Villains Rise by Gianna Darling. I read the first book, like I said, When Heroes Fall, last month, and I'm so excited to read the second book. Is basically the continuation of the first book. I'm not gonna like get into the synopsis of that because it's kind of spoilery. I will be reading When Villains Rise by Gianna Darling for this prompt. Okay, hopefully this is the last book. 3. Ooh, this is nice. This is School Setting. It has to be a romance. So I kind of want to do like a dark academia romance vlog. So I have 2 books for this. I have Gothicana, I think that's how you say it, by Rune X. I heard a lot about Rune X. She wrote this mafia series that apparently is really good, but I'm kind of curious about this one. I don't really see a lot of dark academia romances, and this seems like really cool, really creepy. The setting seems really nice, and I really don't know much about it other than it's a dark academia romance. That's literally all I know about it. I don't want to know anything else when it comes to these types of books. So I guess we'll see. So there's Gothicana, and there's also the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark. So the next book is The Heir by Sophie Lark. This is the first book in the Kingmaker series. So this is basically mafia Hogwarts is what it's called. It's what it's like described as. So basically all of these mafioso kids come to this school and they learn how to be like accountants, enforcers, heads of the family, and all that stuff. So apparently it's like really crazy. So I'm gonna put both of these books up here because I do think I'm gonna read both of them, but I only have to read one of them to fulfill this prompt. But I am really, really excited because I do want to read. I want to like do a reading vlog where I read both of these books. So we'll see how that goes. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. This is how the July TBR is looking, along with the 3 ebooks that I have. So it is a pretty big, but I'm really, really excited about this month. Most of these were very recently purchased. I'm hoping to get back into fantasy again, hopefully. And we'll just see what July holds. Hopefully I don't have to do any punishments next month, because I truly am really excited about all of these books. And I'm in the mood for all of these books, so I really do think I'll be able to finish this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying watching me picking out my TBR. I really have fun, like, you know, picking them and playing this game, even though it can be a little chaotic sometimes. Yeah. Give it a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.